Thank you for joining us. We have a great show for you tonight.
I wouldn't say great.
Do you mind? I'm trying to start the show here.
Sorry, continue.
As I was saying, I am your host, Ken Marquez.
I'm not even Mexican and I know you mispronounced that.
Just because it's a Spanish surname doesn't mean it's Mexican. I'm not Mexican.
Everything south of Phoenix is Mexico.
Dude, seriously, I'm trying to do the opening monologue here. Knock off the racist remarks.
Sorry, go ahead.
The only thing I want to say about that Ariel Castro thing is that the people of Ohio sure know how to respect their neighbor's privacy.
Why you say this joke that happened so long ago?
So I was at this fast food restaurant downtown, and I asked the cashier if they validated, and the kid looked back at me and said, "Sir, you're a decent human being."
Why you say this bad joke? I don't understand.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to my co-host, Khalid. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce his last name.
Hello.
So how was your weekend, Khalid?
Fine, and yours?
It was interesting. I went on a date.
Are we really going to do this bit? It's pretty bad.
Just read the cue card.
Fine, how did it go?
Well, I took a camera so you could be the judge.
I don't need to see any footage. If you took a camera, I could already tell it went pretty bad. Did she run away screaming?
Fine, we'll skip the bit, but you need to stop being such a negative nada.
Fine.
And now a word from our sponsor. I'm Rupert Sean. I've sold more homes than any other person in this state. I'm not trying to brag. I'm applying for a job. Please hire me, because I have a trophy wife and 3 beautiful kids to feed. I'm not trying to brag. 2 of those kids look Puerto Rican. So please, hire me. I'm begging you. Welcome back, our guest tonight. What the?
I'm the resurrector. Be my sacrifice.
No.
Okay.
Here, you use puppy.
What? No, don't sacrifice the puppy.
Done.
Wow, that dead dog just turned into President Kennedy. Wow, it's a pleasure to have you here, Mr. President. Thank you. How are you doing tonight, Mr. President? Fine, thank you. So, Mr. President, what have you been doing all this time? That is a great question, and I am glad that you have asked. You see, when you are dead, you have a lot of free time on your hands.
Well, get to the point. What have you been doing?
Khalid, show some respect. He was the president. Go on, sir. Cooking.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with my friend Khalid on this one. Are you seriously telling me that since the 60s you've been cooking? Yes. Okay, is there any style of cooking that you specialized in? Yes, German food. German food, really? Is there a particular reason why you chose to focus on German food? Yes, I was never a big fan of German food until I visited Berlin. While there, I was blown away. I believe that was Dallas, Mr. President. Okay, we'll be back after these brief messages. Tired of carrying that embarrassing catheter bag around? Well, now we have a product just for you. From the makers of Camelback backpacks comes catheter backs. Guys, to look just like a Camelback backpack, it travels anywhere you do. People think I just like to hike now. Okay, welcome back. Our guest tonight is the host of The Counter Argument, which premieres on this network this Sunday at 8, 7 Central. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Phil Guzman.
Thanks for the warm welcome.
You're welcome.
Here's why you're wrong.
I beg your pardon?
That intro was all wrong. First of all, my name is Phil Dushman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And secondly, it's 9/8 Central.
I'm sorry. I guess after the show I'm going to have a word with our producer. Ken, don't even start with me today. Anyways, tell me about your show.
I ask people their opinions, and I tell them why they're wrong.
That doesn't sound like a good show.
Khalid!
Here's why you're wrong.
Go on.
It tested very positively in the Texas markets.
So did Honey Boo Boo. Doesn't mean it's a good show.
It's critically acclaimed.
So is every other cancelled show.
It's better than this show.
We no set bar too high.
Do you mind? I'm trying to do a show here.
Right. So we got segments like 50-50, where I give the audience a 50-50 chance to guess the answer and tell them why they're wrong.
But what if they get the answer right?
Then I'll die from shock.
Can you give us some examples?
Sure. We'll start off with something easy. Batman or Superman?
Superman.
Here's why you're wrong. This alien has limitless power, but his only weakness is his home planet. I mean, how did his species survive long enough to become advanced enough for intergalactic space travel if Krypton killed them?
Well,
next question. Heaven or hell?
Heaven, obviously.
Here's why you're wrong. In heaven, you spend eternity with Jesus who only speaks in parables. Yeah, that doesn't get annoying. Secondly, hell has more interesting characters. Like you get down there, sure it's hot, but Dr. King turns to you and says, "At least it's a dry heat."
What? Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is so not in hell.
Here's why you're wrong. He cheated on his wife. He knew the rules, and he broke them anyway.
How do you know all this?
The FBI. Next question. This one's going to be a bit more open-ended. Who was the first president of the United States?
I'm going to say Washington, but I'm sure you're going to tell me that I'm wrong.
Here's why you're wrong. The Articles of Confederation were ratified under President Samuel Huntington, thus making him the first president of the United States.
Wait, this is my show. Why am I being asked a bunch of questions? We have a clip. Let's play that.
Better Star Wars bounty hunter, Boba or Jango Fett?
Boba Fett.
Here's why you're wrong. How many Jedi did Boba Fett kill? Goose egg. Yeah, Jango has at least one kill. And how did Boba Fett die? Yeah. Oh no, I'm falling into a pit. If only I had a jetpack on my back. What a loser. This next question is wine related. Which is better, Cabernet Sauvignon or Pinot Noir?
The Cabernet.
Here's why you're wrong. It's too pretentious of a name. Next question is open-ended. Who was the first president of the United States?
Samuel Huntington.
Here's why you're wrong. Ask any first grader and they'll tell you it's George Washington.
Oh, I get it. No matter what they say, they're wrong.
We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
This Sunday, watch as Phil Douchman counter-argues all your preconceived notions of politics.
Democrats or Republicans?
Democrats.
Republicans. Here's why you're wrong. Both parties suck.
Tune in this week for special guest Val Kilmer.
Mr. Kilmer, better 80s movie. Real Genius or Willow?
Tune in this Sunday at 8, 7 Central.
Here's why you're wrong. It's 9, 8 Central.
Welcome back. Our musical guest tonight is here to perform their hit single Philosophy off their self-titled album. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to the Dubstep Heroes. Hold the music, hold the music.
That was music?
Gary, where did you find these clowns that you call guests? Ken, don't even start with me today. Do you know how hard it is to find guests with our budget?
Wait, there's the budget? As in you guys are getting paid to be here?
Well, that's our show. I'd like to thank all our guests for coming, and I'd like to thank our audience for being here, and a special thanks to all of you watching at home.
But no, seriously though, everyone else is getting paid to be here, except me.
Good night, everybody.